Hey, what's up guys? Cam here, and today I'm coming at you from San Francisco, California. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about why you should not play video games after your detox. And the reason why you shouldn't is really simple, and it has to do with the concept of doubling down. So here's how it works. At some point in your life, maybe this was recently, you came to a point where you realized that you needed to make a change. And your motivation to make this change was very strong. Maybe you even hit rock bottom, which is what happened in my life. But you come to a point where you realize that you need to make a change, and because there's enough pain behind it, because it's meaningful enough to you, you actually do decide to make this change. So you start to do things like maybe you decide to quit playing video games. Maybe you commit to the 90-day detox. Maybe you start going to the gym, using a calendar. Maybe you start being more social. Maybe you start eating better. You decide to start making the changes that are actually necessary for you to start improving your life. And then guess what happens? What happens is shit actually works. You actually do start to improve your life. You start to feel better. You realize that there's actually much more than video games. Maybe your social life improves. Maybe you start going on dates. So you start to get comfortable in this. You start to feel better. And because you start to feel better, you think maybe you can go back and play. You know, you're doing better. Maybe you can stop going to the gym because, hey, you're feeling better anyways. Maybe you can start eating the same food that you used to eat because, hey, you're feeling better anyways. So slowly or quickly, you start to actually stop doing the habits or different things that you were doing that were helping you in the first place. Now, as you're watching this and I say that, the answer seems so obvious. You shouldn't stop doing the things that are helping you be more successful in the first place. But this is so common, and this happens all the time. And the reason is because you don't understand that you need to actually double down on the things that are working in your life instead of slowly justifying that, you know, you're doing better so you can kind of cut back. So this applies directly to the detox, because I see so many of you guys say, you know, you're going to get to 90 days, and then once you're at 90 days, you're going to go back and start playing games. You're going to test it out and see whether or not you can play. Now, again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, and if you need to do that, you need to do that. But what you want to remember is that so much of the improvements to your life have happened because you went through the detox. But it wasn't just not playing games for 90 days that helped. That was just the catalyst. But it was in your commitment to not play games. So your increased commitment meant that you were doing other things. You were focusing on better habits. You were going to bed sooner. You were eating healthier. And it was all of those things that actually helped you to improve your life. So as much as sometimes it might make you feel more comfortable to think about going back and playing games after your detox, the reason why I would absolutely not recommend it is because you want to double down on the things that you're doing in your life that are helping you to succeed and feel better. Double down, keep doing those things, and if anything, do them more. Recently I was talking to Travis, who's one of the members on the Game Quitters Forum, and he was talking about how going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was actually something that was a really positive thing in his life. But he was only going once a week. Now he's going 3 times a week because you want to invest more in the things in your life that are bringing better results. So double down on what works. Look at the different areas of your life. What are different habits or things that you're doing, mindsets that you have that are helping to improve your life, and how can you do those more? For me in my life, in last September, I decided that enough was enough and I had to start working out much more regularly. So I started lifting weights. And then I realized that, you know, I actually wanted to get back into yoga. So I got back into yoga. And then I started to surf. And surfing has been really great for me in my life as well. So for me, I didn't just stay comfortable going to the gym 3 times a week. I also added going to yoga twice a week and now surfing twice a week. So almost every single day, other than the odd off day here and there, I'm doing some sort of exercise. But it's not just lifting weights where I would get tired. It's also going to yoga and going surfing. So double down on what's working. So in the comments below, let me know one area of your life that has been working, one thing that you've been doing in your life that has been working, and how you're going to double down and commit further to it. Hopefully, maybe that involves video games, maybe it doesn't, but if you're in the detox and you're really excited that at the end of 90 days you can go back and play games, this is my video to tell you that you should double down on what works and keep committing to not playing games and actually find some other goals or dreams that you can pursue. So hope that helps you guys out. If it does, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, and looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Tonight I go back to San Diego, where I'll be there for a couple weeks, and then I'm off to Vegas and then off to Denver. So lots of travel coming up, lots of new videos. Really appreciate you guys for being a part of the journey, and we'll talk soon. Peace.